Outdoor equipments, double rail contact, that is SK30H. Description. Its main parts are transmitter head, receiver head, protective hose, fixing parts for hose. The SK30H consists of two transmitter heads, that is TX, installed on the outer side of the rail, and two receiver heads, that is RX, installed on the inner side of the rail directly opposite to the respective transmitter heads. The rail contact is electrically insulated from the rail. The transmitter head contains the transmitter coil. The casing of the receiver head is made of aluminum alloy. It contains the receiver coil. Installation. Selection of installation point on rail. The rail contact is mounted on the rail as shown in figure between two sleepers. Any embossments on the rail web must be removed. On double track lines, the rail contact should be mounted preferably on the outside rail. Rail contact has to be installed at a distance not less than 1 to 2 meters from a rail joint, that is fish-plated or welded or insulating joint. Rail contact has to be installed at a distance of greater than or equal to 2 meters from the adjacent rail contact of same type, that is SK30H, in order to avoid mutual interference. The operator must ensure that other equipment used or installed at the track does not influence the correct functioning of the detection points ZP30H of AZLM, example, detection points of other manufacturers. Step 1. Rail mounting holes are to be drilled in the correct position as shown in the figure to ensure reliable working of the system. Where A is equal to height of the rail contact, mounting holes from the base of the rail. H is equal to height of the rail, which depends upon the rail profile. B is equal to the diameter of the hole. B is equal to 13 millimeters plus or minus 0.2 millimeters. C is equal to inter-separation distance between the holes. C is equal to 148 millimeters plus or minus 0.2 millimeters. The following approximation formula can be used for calculating the height of the holes on the rail web from the base of the rail. A is equal to 0.409 into H plus 1.5 in millimeters. Following table gives an indicative example of the height of the rail contact mounting holes as per various rail profiles. For 90-pound rail profile, the height of the center of the holes from the bottom of the rail is 56 millimeters. For 52 kilogram rail, its value is 63 millimeters, and for 60 kilogram rail, its value is 68 millimeters. Step 2. The three holes of diameter 13 millimeters are to be made on the rail web. For this purpose, use of drilling jig, which is shown in the figure, is recommended. The drilling jig consists of drilling template, mounting device for the drilling machine, templates for the standard rail profiles, fastening device, drilling machine. Optionally, drilling machine may be made available from Eldine. Step 3. The rail contact is mounted on the rail with transmitter heads on the outside and the receiver heads on the inside of the rail. The 3M12 bolts must be tightened to 45 Newton meters by means of an adjustable torque wrench supplied only with a toolkit ETU 001. Each transmitter head is mounted on an aluminium casting with 2M8 bolts. It is important that the teeth and the grooves of the aluminium casting and the transmitter head are correctly lined up. The 4M8 bolts must be tightened to 25 Newton meters by means of an adjustable torque wrench supplied only with the toolkit ETU 001. Note: after tightening the nuts, the bolts should protrude a minimum of 2 millimeters. If it is less than 2 millimeters, the transmitter head and the aluminum casting must be rechecked for correct fitting. Nylon bushes are inserted into the holes of the brackets for the protective hose to insulate it from the rails. Mark the rail contact integral cables before putting them inside the protective hose as SK1 or SK2 according to reference count direction, so that after taking out from the other end of the protective hose, those cables can be identified easily. The protective hose must be cut to the correct length before the cable is inserted. The hose must be made watertight with a rubber seal on the rail contact side and the hose clamp on the side of the EAK. The length of the protecting hose must be adequate to ensure that the necessary support for the cable at the heads is provided. Exposed integral cables of rail contact at the transmitter and receiver side should have adequate radius of curvature so as to avoid stress on the cable. Measure should be taken that this exposed part of the cable does not touch the sharp edge of the ballast. The integral cables of the rail contact are available with 3 different lengths: 4 meters, 5.5 meters and 8 meters. Choosing the right length of integral cable is very important before installation. The cable should not be shortened. Deflector plates are to be installed to protect the rail contacts from hanging metal objects from passing train. Deflector plates should be placed at a distance not less than 25 centimeters from the track device.